Hey, this is Nick Penrake, and in this video I want to talk to you about squeeze pages and how to build a high converting squeeze page. Obviously, if you're in the list building game, you need to be building a list at speed. You also need to be engaging with your subscribers, delivering great content. Why do you need a high converting squeeze page? Well, obviously if you're converting at 30%, it's going to take you a lot longer than 60 or even 90. Time is money and all that. And if you are using your squeeze pages with solo ads, and that means you're paying for advertising, your conversion rate is very important, and you need to be getting it right. So in this video I wanted to show you one example of a squeeze page which for me converted and still converts very high. It's just behind here, and I'll show you what that is. Here it is in a free editor, Composer. This is how it looks as an index file, and I shall just browse the page so you can see how it looks on the internet, and this is what it looks like. I shall just go to full screen. So this is what you're presented with, and I'll just run through the basic elements. So here we have a headline. On the left we have a little bit of an intro, and straight away the key benefits of the report I'm giving away. We have a design element here on the right, which is just an image. It's a triumphant sort of image, which suggests straight away you're on a page that's all about creating success for you. Here's the call to action at the bottom and your opt-in. So I'll just go through that in a little bit more detail. This headline was actually created as an image, and it just makes the lettering, the font stand out a bit more. You've got a different font here from here, which point of difference just makes it a little bit more eye-catching. Just when you thought Squidoo was dead, it's bouncing back like a champ, which also ties in quite well with this little figure here. Grab this free report to find out how you can get 600 visitors daily just from using Squidoo. And I've done a bit of branding here. I've taken the orange from Squidoo. You can see that is the Squidoo logo. I pinched the logo from Squidoo. As I pinched, I basically did a screen grab using Jing, which is down here. So I used this capture. As you can see, it just creates crosshairs, and you can go over any image anywhere on the internet and just draw those. Just click and draw, drag across like that, let go, and then capture image by saving it and saving it to your desktop. Straight away you have an image, which is absolutely fine for anything you do with squeeze pages. So that's what I did. I took the logo of Squidoo and I resized it. I think I must have made it about 15, 20, maybe 15, 12% of its original size, and used it as a bullet point. And it's quite attractive. It's a bit different. And so I took the orange from there and put it in my headline. And I then used the orange from there to connect again with the word free, and I use the orange again to make my arrows. So this is what we call branding, for any of you not so familiar with what it's really all about. In terms of a squeeze page, it's just a design trick really, and what it does is it creates a sense of cohesion. It creates a sense that this person knows what he's talking about. He's got some great content to deliver for you, and using things like bullets that are not your typical tick or your cross just creates a different look to the page straight away, and it really helps give your page a point of difference compared to anything else other people have seen. So there's the orange, and then you can see that with the green I have matched the secret bonus pretty close to the tick over here, and you'll see I put bonus in green so it stands out from free report. I've called it a secret bonus. So, there's more intrigue here because, well, what is that secret? It's going to be worth a look, most probably. So when I opt in here, I'm not only going to get this free report, I'm going to get something else. So I do recommend adding bonuses to your offers on Squeeze pages. Down here I've kept the opt-in very simple. It's just an email, and please write your email here. And this button here I took from some other page, and like I said, using Jing, I took it from some other page and added it to the button on Aweber on my opt-in box, so I had a little bit of a different look. And that's it in terms of the elements of this page. Now, this page started off in the 90% range, which is pretty extraordinary if you ask me. I don't know many people who can get 90%. I thought maybe there was a mistake in the back office of Aweber, but it stayed at 92% for many swaps, and started to drop down into the 80s and finally 70s after several weeks. But even after several months of blasting this page out there, it was converting at over 65%. So it is worth your taking note of that, and rather than just simply copy what I've done here, think about how I've constructed it, because if you just copy what I've done, chances are you'll start at 60% anyway, because this page has been out there for a while. And the point really is not for you just to copy, it is for you to think, well, how did he make this page different and attractive for people to convert at such a rate? In this position here, you could put a different image, an image that might be surprising, but it wants to tie up with your copy, your message, make it relevant. I mean, as I said, bouncing back like a champ. Here we've got a champ right on his tick, so it kind of makes sense. So I think if you create a look that is working with the copy, but is making use of design features that are out of the ordinary, you can create a very high converting Squeeze page. Now, to show you how I made this headline, I used this site, freegraphiccreator.com, and so you go to there, and what you do is you launch a wizard. So you pick whether you want to do headline, buy now creator, budget button creator, guarantee creator. In this case, we're looking at headline, so that's already, the button's already on there. So you just launch this wizard, and you have various options. You've got style 1, style 2. You see how the text is changing, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all you do is you erase this and put in your copy. And once you're done in terms of the look and your copy and your words and so on, you just save it as a graphic, and it goes onto your desktop as a JPEG. And then you upload to your blog or something like PhotoBucket, and you've got your headline as an image with this styling. You don't have to, but I guess there'll come a time where this look will get a bit tired, and people will have to think again, or use a different kind of free graphic creator, or maybe that guy will change his fonts and so on. But this is still relatively new, and it gives it a good look. So just to go through the actual sort of mechanics of building this, as you can see, I've got a table up here to house this image. If I click on that, you'll see that that's an image. And here I created a table with 2 cells, and I gave this cell a little bit more space than this one because the copy required a little bit more space. If we go from format down to table cell properties, we can then take a look at, this is the cells, and you can see that this cell on the right, on the left, is 60% of the table. So that gives us 40% for the figure over here, which is actually fine. He's got just enough space. That's a good balance. And for the autoresponder, all I did here was create another table, and this time I think it was just 3 columns. If we go into table, yeah, 3 columns, 1 row, and this obviously had to be big enough for my opt-in. And then I put in the arrows. You can see they are images, so I again uploaded to my blog at the time. Put in these arrows either side, and that was it. I mean, down here you can put down your name or your company name or your blog. That's what I did there for mine, and you are done. And I think if you keep your page concise and it has a kind of cohesive look to it, which is, you know, the branding, the colours, and don't use too many colours. You know, 2 is about right, really. You've got the orange and you've got the green, and again down the orange you've got a little bit of blue down here, but you've got this yellow warm orange which kind of fits well with the other orange elements on that page. And yeah, even the copy I slightly, you can see, tinted a slight blue here, which matches nicely with the blue of the button. And there you have it. So the important thing to take away from this is not, you know, just to go and copy what I did, but to use the thinking to create your own squeeze pages so that they stand out as looking different. Now, I'm not a graphics expert at all. I'm a copywriter. So, you know, when I first started doing squeeze pages, it was quite a struggle, you know, learning tables and what have you. But, you know, you can create a very high converting squeeze page, even if you're, you know, pretty hopeless at sort of computer tasks. Because all I did is here, create that table up here, a table that I split into 2. You just saw how I did that. Table down here with 3 columns, and then it was just a question of finding some content, giving it a look with what we call branding because of the colors. And, you know, this image here could have been something different. It could have been, you know, if I'd used the copy up here and instead of using like a champ, I could have like something else, you know, and then make that image tie up with the words here. So in here, instead of putting a champ, I could have put something else. The point really is to be creative with your choices. Yes, you can go and buy some ready-made squeeze pages, but guess what? They're everywhere. And so when people see them, they think, yeah, well, it's just another one of those. What's different? Why should I opt in even? You know, templated squeeze pages also have very often a kind of corporate feel to them. And, you know, if you're just starting out in internet marketing, you're pretty skeptical anyway of a lot of what you're seeing, and, you know, there's a sort of element of mistrust. So, yeah, if you can make your squeeze page look more like, I don't know, sort of like a crafted thing, it has more value. It's a bit like, you know, if you go into a boutique for, let's say, knitwear, you know, if it's handmade, you can tell, and you touch the quality of the wool and you can tell, and straight away you desire it a lot more than, you know, something that's just off a factory line with 50% acrylic. So that's the analogy I would draw. You know, you're creating an experience, a visual experience for somebody coming to your page, which immediately speaks of something personal, something rare, you know, worth having. Somebody spent time on this. Therefore, there's a very good chance they are offering something of real value. Okay, so that's it for this video. Sorry about the crows in the background. I seem to have an army of crows in the garden fighting over something. I hope that's not coming through too loud. That's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has been useful. Cheers.